folks, welcome to Thursday, May 28th. I'm Colby from Mitten Fitness. Today you're going to need one heavy object, a bench chair or Ottoman for Bulgarian split squats, and a timer. Alright, let's get to a warm-up for you. For today's warm-up, we've got some new movements, so bear with me. We're doing 3 rounds of these, and each of these we're doing 3 reps of. So first we've got upward to downward facing dog with some toe touches. That's going to look like this. I would go ahead and start in your upward dog with your arms straight, and then push up into that downward dog. With the downward dog, you're trying to get the heels flush to the ground, hip and butt high, arms are straight as well. And then from there, you're going to do some 2 toe touches, touching the opposite foot. So right hand, left foot, left hand, left foot, back down into upward facing dog, back to downward dog. 1, 2. So each of those from upward to downward to 2 toe touches is 1 rep. 3 times. 3 of those. The second movement is a little more complicated, a shin box. I'll admit right now, it's gonna depend on your level of flexibility in the hips. But basically start in this position. You bring the inside of your right knee to the ground, fold over as much as you can, within reason. Back up, left inside knee to the ground, and fold. Terrible on my left side. And back to the right, fold, back to the left, fold.
You're doing a great job.
Good luck with those. Okay. Really wakes up those hips. 3 of those. Right knee, left knee is 1 rep. Then you're going to do 3 single leg RDL hand switches. That's where the heavy object comes into play. Hopefully not too heavy. But you're going to get in that single leg Romanian deadlift position and just hand that back and forth, trying to keep balance. 3 times. And then switch legs. Again, keeping that balance. So 3 times back and forth to each hand and on each leg. Then go back to the top until you've done 3 rounds of all 3 movements. At the very end, you're going to do 30 jumping jacks. Jumping jacks look like this. 30 of those. Alright, so that's 3 rounds total of 3 reps of upward to downward facing dog with toe touches, 3 shin boxes and forward folds, basically right knee to the ground, left knee to the ground, right knee to the ground, left knee to the ground, right knee to the left to the ground. And then the single leg Romanian deadlift hand switches, 3 reps each leg. And then once you've done 3 rounds of all of that, 30 jumping jacks and you're warmed up, and then you're finding me back here for strength. Thanks so much. Alright, welcome to strength. Today we've got some variations of movements we've been doing. It is a triple threat superset. We've got 3 movements. First one, single leg dumbbell glute bridges. We did double leg dumbbell weighted glute bridges last week. This time it's going to be a single leg. You're doing 4 sets of 12 to 15 reps each side on that, each leg. After those single leg dumbbell glute bridges and that 30 seconds rest, you're going to do a tall kneeling tornado press. 4 sets of 6 to 8 reps. After those tall kneeling tornado presses and the 30 seconds rest, you're going to do single arm overhead Bulgarian split squats. Slight variation because it's overhead today. 4 sets of 6 to 8 of those. Then you roll right back up to the single leg dumbbell glute bridges. and keep going through all 3 movements until you've done 4 total sets of each with 30 seconds of rest in between. Let's go over those movements. For the single leg dumbbell glute bridge, you're gonna get down on the ground. Grab that object, place it right on your belt line. Feet, heels are close to your butt for glute bridges. And we're bridging up, but these are single legs. So 1, 2, 3. Remember, it's a 3-second descent. And up as high as you can get. 1, 2, 3. Hips up. 1, 2, 3. Single leg dumbbell glute bridges. For the tall kneeling tornado press, we were doing half kneeling before, which is having a leg out, but with tall kneeling, you're just on both knees and your torso is tall. Grab your object. Now the tornado press is basically twist the torso, press up, and come back down. Okay, so good thoracic twist in there and a press up. Bring it down, twist back. Okay, keeping that core stable, the back stable. Everything's kind of in line here. Turn, press, back in. All right, that's 4 sets of those, 6 to 8 reps each side, then 30 seconds rest. After that 30 seconds rest, you'll go into those single arm overhead Bulgarian split squats. All right, for those single arm overhead Bulgarian split squats, make sure whichever side you have the weight on, that leg is propped. Okay? So for these, find a safe distance out from that bench, chair, or ottoman. Get that leg up there propped. Again, it should be the leg that your working arm is on that is propped. Down, parallel, up. Stay locked out, stay balanced. All right. Now if you're scaling, you're just going to want to have whichever arm the weight is in, that leg is back, okay? If you're scaling it to a normal split squat. Again, rack it up, lock it out, come down, back up. For the normal split squat, keep your balance, down, back up, keep your balance, down, back up. All right, single arm, overhead Bulgarian split squat. 4 sets of 6 to 8 of those, then back up to the glute bridges. All the way through, all 3 movements, 30 seconds rest in between, till you've done 4 sets of each. All right, press pause. Have fun with that strength. I'll see you back here for conditioning. Okay, welcome back to conditioning. Great job on that strength. Today's conditioning has 40, 30, 20, 10 repetitions of alternating lateral lunges. That's total, not each. Alternating lateral lunges. Mountain climbers, however, right and left equals 1. So each leg on the mountain climbers counts as a rep. And then glute bridges, all right? 40 of all 3 movements, then 30 of all 3 movements, then 20, then 10, then done. All right, so those movements, alternating lateral lunges. Those are the side to side guys. All right, so nice wide stance. Angle those feet out because you're gonna track out, track down, lateral, and track it. Opposite side. Come back into the middle, up, and back out. Up, back out, okay? Alternating lateral lunges. Work on that range. Getting down, parallel or below. All right, alternating lateral lunges. Again, it's total on that. So each leg counts as a rep. All right, after the lateral lunges, you go into mountain climbers. Plank it out. Bring the knees to the chest. Boom, 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 boom. All right, right, left is 1 rep. So may as well just double everything. Count to 80, 60, 40, and 20 on these. If you want to count individually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on, okay? Right and left leg equals 1 rep. Mountain climbers. Glute bridges, you guys know these. From the ground, heels toward your butt, hips to the sky. Only thing touching the ground is your shoulders, shoulder blades, maybe the humerus, upper portion of your arms. Boom. Butt to the ground, back to the sky. All right? Glute bridges. Okay. After the glute bridges, back up to those alternating lunges for the second rep scheme. 30, 20, and then 10. Awesome. Should be a quick one, all body weight, good stuff. Press pause, have fun with it. We'll see you back here for a cool down. All right, welcome back for a very necessary cool down. You always have the option to do the shutdown challenge before you do this cool down. It's in the description below. Today's cool down involves the lizard pose. You're going to do 30 seconds each side on that one. You can do that dynamic or static. And then the world's greatest stretch. With the world's greatest stretch, we're going to rest 30 seconds in each pose. I'm going to show you that now. So start with the world's greatest stretch. Get in that plank position. Then bring your right foot on the outside of that right hand. You're going to leave that left hand planted. You're going to lift that right hand up and try to bring that right elbow to the ground. That is a very strong word, try. Not everybody should be able to, so don't worry about it if you can't, but the point is you're stretching this area right here. Your hamstring, your groin area is opening up. So we're going to hold this position for about 30 seconds. So from this position, you're going to go into a pigeon pose. So you can leave that left arm planked and just bring that leg under. Right leg under. Lower yourself onto your elbows if you can. If you can bring your head down, great. But you're going to hang into this pigeon pose for 30 seconds. You can kind of rock back and forth. Take deep breaths. Try to stretch lower each time. But hold that position for about 30 seconds. After the pigeon, come on up into a straight leg. Hamstring stretch. Bring that toe up. If you can reach that toe, pull it toward you. And you're stretching this, holding this position for about 30 seconds. If you want to do a more dynamic release and stretch for that 30 seconds, you can. And then lastly, keeping that foot forward, you're going to work into a hip flexor stretch. Bring those hands overhead, push them toward the ceiling and lower, feeling that stretch in the hip flexor. I'll switch sides for you just so you can see. Again, hands toward the ceiling, lower leg, arch the back, feeling that stretch here. And hold for about 30 seconds for that pose. And then do the opposite side. Again, holding 30 seconds for each of those poses of the world's greatest stretch. The scorpion stretches. These guys are back and forth, laid on their belly, arms out to 90, but then just above 90 with those hands. You're gonna take your right leg, right foot, right heel, twist it over, good thoracic stretch and a good shoulder stretch here. And then come back. And we're gonna do 3 each side. Try to keep that heel from touching the ground. A little bit more of a stretch by not giving that leg a break by touching the ground with it. Okay? That's your cool down for today. I'll see you again tomorrow. Thanks for joining Mitten Fitness, CrossFit Dexter, for these quarantine, stay home, get ripped workouts. Hey folks, really appreciate you tuning in. Please do us a favor, press that like button, subscribe, find us on Facebook, find us on Instagram, like us, follow us. Stay healthy.